You can't escape the conversation on Twitter, at the water cooler. What a national championship game last night. Both teams scoring in the last minute, 19 of the game, with Florida State winning 34-31. But it's quarterback Jameis Winston's interview after the game that is creating all the controversy.
We champions. We can say that we are champions together. And through everything that we went through all the haters, through every single thing, we came out victorious. And God did this. I'm so blessed. He's so blessed. Like, all the stuff that he handled with Ethan, and he come out here and coach us, that touched me. And it's nobody but God. It's nobody.
All right, so what's the big deal here? Well, check out this tweet from the mother of Alabama quarterback A.J. McCarron, Dee. Am I listening to English? And then A.J.'s girlfriend, Catherine Webb, remember her from last year, right? Favorited this tweet. Jameis Winston needs to learn sign language to communicate because listening to him attempt to speak English is just insulting. Yikes. Those tweets, obviously, got slammed in the Twitterverse, both called racist, inappropriate. Joining me now, sports talk show host Steak Shapiro. Steak, great to see you.
Yes, sir.
What is it? Why do we do this? Why do we do this to ourselves?
Well, you know, why does a athlete's mother like A.J. McCarron, who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy, who is a high-profile athlete, who has been in the news and who's going to the NFL, why would his mom not have better sense is a better question. We all know why people tweet and why they want to go back and forth. Why would she throw out something that inflammatory that becomes... You know, I just got off the air in Atlanta, and we just did, you know, a couple of hours, and folks wanted to talk about her and about that tweet and about ripping a kid who's 20 years old who's trying to get through an interview, which, by the way, I thought he did a pretty good job. I didn't have a major problem with it. I have heard folks talk about him in the past, saying that he, you know, he's not as articulate as folks would like, but, you know, it doesn't read well, and it doesn't make sense for anybody attached to A.J. McCarron.
A.J. McCarron, we talk about A.J. McCarron. I'm like, I'm not an Alabama fan, but I'm a huge A.J. McCarron fan. He seems like he's a great character. Yeah. He's a great player, obviously, but the things that he does off the field, he's always doing the right thing. And now he's got his beautiful girlfriend and his mom kind of dragging him into all this.
Right, exactly. Well, you just said it. I mean, what you're doing is taking, first of all, you're not a story. You were in the national title game last year.
Right.
And your girlfriend's really hot, and one of the announcers talked about her, and she loved that she got all that publicity because she kind of was alluding to it again last night. But you're not in the story. So the only thing should be about your workouts and getting ready for the NFL and being gracious about the Heisman Trophy winner who just won a national title. But your mom should understand. Your mom's job, I don't know about you, Vinny, but growing up, my mom was always there to make life easier for me, not to make it worse. And again, then, is there a race angle? Is it just a bitterness because he won the Heisman Trophy? Is there a bitterness because he's in the national title game and your kid is not? Like, what's going on there? It's only 5 or 6 words, but everybody's reading into it.
Okay, so how much do you think this would impact a guy like A.J. McCarron? Because this is a guy who, you know, when he enters the NFL, he's going to have endorsements and all that. But does any of this kind of chip into his reputation or no?
No, I don't think so. I mean, look, you know, it's, again, like you said, it's a tweet from his mom. And I don't think you... There's no, look, you want to judge A.J. McCarron. He's been quarterback at Alabama for like 5 years. He's won multiple national titles. He carries himself like a total gentleman. I don't think you take a 6-word text from his mom and worry about drafting him if you're the Cleveland Browns or, you know, insert team, the Jacksonville Jaguars or anybody else. But again, it's just an uncomfortable moment. By the way, she deleted it within like a minute, but once it's out there, brother,
it's forever. It's forever.
Yeah, once it's out there.
Yeah, and I guess they won't be doing one of those chunky soup commercials, mother.
No, I don't think she's the feel-good. What did you think of the interview? I didn't think it was a bad interview. By
I didn't think. I think you know, he's thankful. He's excited. He just won the national championship. This is the biggest moment. He's 20 years old.
I don't know how you were at 20.
Well, I was very articulate and I was very composed. No, I would have been going nuts if I was 20 years old winning the national championship.
And I can speak for missteps at all ages because I you know, had one recently in the public eye as well on a radio show that cost me dearly. Point being, folks are going to, you know, not always do their best. By the way, I wouldn't consider that an example of that. I thought, you know, for a kid who won a national title, I thought he was great. He was spontaneous and excited, and what do you want? He's there to play football, and he just won a title. So I would say to A.J. McCarron's mom, why don't you make things a little easier for him?
Yeah. Speaking of the mom, she deleted the tweet, then she sent this out. Anyone that knows our family knows we are far from racist. My tweet was not in any way meant that way. I sincerely apologize if it offended anyone. And Webb, the girlfriend, tweeted just a few hours ago, the idea that I am a racist is absolutely stupid, and it needs to stop. I was scrolling through my timeline, and that tweet was accidentally favorited.
Well, first of all, that doesn't play. The Catherine Webb thing, you decided that I read something that I agreed with, which was essentially, ripping on the Florida State quarterback, and I'm going to retweet it. So everybody else that follows me, and by the way, you know why a lot of people follow her? Because she's really beautiful, and she was really in the public eye, because last year she was the big story of the national title. So she is saying, I want everybody that follows me to read what this guy said, and then you go like this. I didn't say it. Yeah. I had nothing to do with it. So, look, I mean, it's not earth-shattering stuff, but, again, anytime somebody's forced to say, I am not a racist, it doesn't read great either. Yeah.
I want to talk about some of the stupid stuff that people say when a mic is on or on Twitter. Remember the PR exec fired for her tweet? Justine Sacco sent this out. Going to Africa, hope I don't get AIDS. Just kidding, I'm white. She was fired before she got off the plane. How about the third-string quarterback at the U, Ohio State quarterback Cardale Jones? Why should we have to go to class if we came here to play football? We ain't come to play school. Classes are pointless. His Twitter account was deleted. After the tsunami in Japan, comedian Gilbert Gottfried tweeted, Japan is really advanced. They don't go to the beach. The beach comes to them. Gottfried got fired from his job as the voice of Aflac after that. And 50 Cent. Get me one of them bleep from a third world country. At least she won't have high expectations. Here's a clean glass of water, baby. Ouch. Laugh out loud. There we go. That's why they do it. All right, Steak. Thank you, sir. What a game. Great game, too.
That was the story. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.